Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be giving you my Aries February 2019 horoscope forecast, part 2 of 2. First thing up is, as far as February goes, Venus will be in Capricorn from the 3rd until the 28th, so the 10th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. At this time, there could be very strong enjoyment, a very consistent and regimented, serious energy into career matters, one's reputation, public image, attaining notoriety, success. You might, if you're unattached Aries, you might find a Capricorn love connection, perhaps at your place, your career, someone that could help you in terms of attaining your success, your ambitions. It could be a Capricorn Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, or one that embodies Capricorn characteristics. Also, this could manifest perhaps in valuing really structure and discipline and career-related matters, and also really valuing consistency and maturity really in your dealings perhaps with the dominant parent, which is often the father. So anyway, the next thing up is Mars will be in Aries as far as February goes, from the 1st until the 14th. So the first house the first house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Well, at this time, Aries, you might experience very abundant surfeit of energy and vitality. Aries is generally energetic anyway, but it could even be more amplified with this. Now, this could also be where you might come across as even more outspoken than usual, and also putting a lot of action into Aries like new beginnings, such as firefighting, welding, even combative sports. There may be the situation perhaps with people from your early childhood. People that were prominent in your early childhood may be more contentious and acrimonious than usual, and there might be easy provocation in matters and dealings with those people as well. So anyway, the next thing up is, as far as February goes, Mars will be in Taurus from the 14th until the 28th. So the second house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. At this time, this may manifest in a lot of deliberate, plotting, methodical energy into monetary matters, one's possessions and resources. You might be really strongly, stubbornly defending your values at this time, and become somewhat acerbic if somebody might question them. And also, you might be more incensed than usual, more so if somebody's, as far as being touchy over your possessions. Now, being in Taurus, the provocation is not as strong as in Aries, but it could be after putting up with certain things in these matters for a prolonged or protracted period, you might become very angry. So, and anyway, it could also manifest perhaps in putting a lot of energy into Taurus-like things in generating income, such as stockbroker work, finances, banking, pawnbroking, something that could be Taurus related. Well, next thing up is Jupiter will be in Sagittarius still, so the 9th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now, as I've talked about previously, Jupiter can be somewhat paradoxical. It could be very benign and benevolent, but can also have a tendency to enlarge and expand. Now, in some cases, this may very well expand, foolhardy, reckless, self-righteous, even over-optimistic behavior in terms of expanding horizons, or dealings with in-laws, with grandchildren, or even behavior from those people at this time. On a positive note, though, this could be very fortuitous for doing something Sagittarius-like connected with higher education or publishing, such as something with sports, philosophy, religion, and even taking a course maybe in publishing or advertising, perhaps. Now, also, this could be about putting a lot of exuberance and enthusiasm into 9th house matters, expanded exuberance and enthusiasm in those matters, such as religion, philosophy, long-distance journeys, and publishing. So, anyway, Well, the next thing up is Saturn will be in Capricorn still, so the 10th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Well, at this time, this may manifest in some cases in taking care perhaps of a debilitated or sickly dominant parent or someone prominent in your career. Dominant parent often being the father. It could be something Capricorn related, such as something with the knees, the bones, or the joints, and it could be making you feel somewhat despondent and melancholy at this time. And also, too, this could be where the dominant parent might play a role, or I should say the father in some cases may play the role, perhaps in your career, your public image, success, even older people. And also you might be experiencing some restrictions and limitations in career-related matters at this time as well. But anyway, hold on a moment, people. Sorry about that, I'm back. Well, the next thing up, Uranus will be in Aries still, so the first house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So for Aries at this time, well, you might find yourself connecting perhaps with Uranus-like people at this time. It could be people that are in astrology, innovators, inventors, astronomers, people in aerospace, even rocket scientists in some cases, people that may be strongly involved with computers or electronics. It could be also, too, it may manifest perhaps in Aries friendships, figuring more prominently in your outlook on life, making a first impression and new beginnings. This could be Aries Sun, Moon, or Ascendant people, or simply ones that embody Aries-like characteristics. There might be greater propensity for shock at this time, and especially if this is actually in your first house in the natal chart, because the first house is, of course, it's associated with the physical body. You might be involved in more unpredictable, acrimonious, or experience unpredictable, acrimonious behavior from people in your early childhood at this time, and you might even be experiencing that yourself as well. And also, this is something where you might be at this time doing something with your appearance that might be somewhat unorthodox or a little bit unconventional at this time as well. So anyway, well, next thing up is Neptune will be in Pisces still, so the 12th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now, in some cases, this could manifest perhaps in some kind of confounding or confusing mental illness, but generally, I mean, in most cases, I don't think it would, but I mean, a lot of it is predicated on the aspects this makes. Say if this makes an adverse aspect to your natal Mercury or to your 3rd house cusp, or there's something and other indicators in your chart that indicate a propensity for some kind of mental illness, then it has a greater chance of really manifesting that way. But a lot of cases, this could be about just simply doing Neptune-like things in solitude and seclusion, such as photography, chemistry, things with the metaphysical, which can include astrology, spirituality, dancing. Also be careful that deception and duplicity don't result in self-undoing, and also maybe even alcohol and drugs in some isolated cases. This could be about putting a lot of self-sacrificing energy into for those that are less fortunate than yourself, such as the hungry, the oppressed, the impoverished, and the homeless. So and also, too, trying to weed out hidden adversaries might be a little bit, they may be somewhat nebulous and unclear at this time, or it could be about Neptune-type hidden adversaries, such as people in the metaphysical, which include astrologer, people in spirituality, photographers, people that work in chemistry, pharmaceutical work, anything Neptune-related. Anyway. Last but not least, Pluto will still be in Capricorn, so the 10th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, wow, excuse me again. This could be about, and in some cases, I know a lot of you don't want me to say the dreaded D word, but you know I'm going to anyway. This could be about an actual literal death of the dominant parent, which is often the father or someone prominent in your career. Some cases this could be about the obliteration or destruction of one's public image, one's career, one's reputation. But remember that Pluto can also be about rebirth and regeneration and revival. Something disappears or goes away with Pluto, such as your career, could often be supplanted, or you might experience a revival in that career that you may have lost at some point. But avoid obsessive, perhaps obsessive or compulsive behavior in 10th house matters, such as with the dominant parent, or matters connected with your career, or matters trying to gain some kind of notoriety or recognition. You may experience some power struggles with the dominant parent at this time, or someone prominent in your career. You also may be influenced by some Pluto type career, such as something with the occult, supernatural, could include astrology, even something connected with surgery, or something where transformation is involved, such as even rebuilding vehicles, or doing something with recycling. So anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for my Aries February 2019 horoscope forecast, part 2 of 2. And stay tuned next time, where I'm going to be giving you my take on the January 21st, 2019 lunar eclipse in Leo. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone, because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart, and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.